Hi everybody, this is Julia Keider and welcome to Coffee Break with Your Coach, the space where we provide bits of information about conversations that you might want to have with your coach. Today's conversation is about trust, and I chose this topic because different organizations have different cultures and they all relate to the idea of how people trust one another. So one thing that we want to refer to first is the idea that we'll be using Stephen Covey's work, The Speed of Trust, in our model today, and start making some references to what you see in your organization and what you are working toward in terms of building trust. So if we take a look at trust from a worldview, an overarching global perspective, who are the leaders that we trust in the global space that really allow us the opportunity to feel comfortable with them and to believe that what they're doing is in the best interest of everybody? So what are the values and principles of our global leadership in our global economy, basically, that helps us understand, oh, I know I can trust the world around me. And so from that, we're going to take a more narrow perspective. So this is a very helicopter view, a very aerospace view of the world, and really determining whether or not we have a level of trust of the world. So to narrow that down a little bit more, Covey talks about the marketplace. Do we trust the market or the field in which we live and work? And for many of us, that would include the area of education, the market of education, or the market of business, or the market of healthcare. Whatever sector you work in, do you feel that it is a trustful perception of the space that you work and live? And then narrow that even more specifically. What organization do you sponsor? What organization or groups do you affiliate yourself with? And do you trust that organization, whether it is a church, or your school, or your workplace, or the place where you just gather together with people? It could even be a restaurant. So in that viewpoint, from the world to market to organization, we really get an overview in terms of how we trust the world at large. So to narrow that even more specifically, Covey suggests that we need to look at the relationships that we have, the people that we choose to have close to us, and those that we interact with. Do we foster trusting relationships? And how do we do that? Well, it all goes back to ourselves. So really being self-reflective and determining whether or not we exude the perceptions that we want, if we're truly motivated with good intentions, and that we are looking out for the benefit of ourselves and those around us. So when we think about trust, it all comes down to ourselves being very self-reflective in terms of, do I have the capabilities, do I have the skills, do I have the intentions to really exude trust? And from there, then we can look at the relationships that we have surrounded ourselves with and be able to say, yes, I exude trusting relationships, I give trust, and so therefore I get trust in return. And then now you can see how moving up the scale once again, that is fostered in the organizations that we support and we associate ourselves with, and then that creates a trustful market and then eventually a trustful world. So my question for you today as I leave our coffee break with the coach is, how do you foster self-trust and relationship trust in order to build a world that is trusting of each other? And so I'll leave you with that and give you conversation for next time. Have a great afternoon.